Recently, a client of mine sent me this photograph. He had spent quite a bit of time trying to knock out the background so he could put this on a piece of marble. His order was coming due real soon and asked me to do it for him. So I thought this might be a good tutorial for anyone looking to knock out the background using the masking tools. I admit this is a relatively simple one, but the principles are the same even when it is more difficult. We can also learn, if we're taking our own photographs, anytime we can get a homogeneous background, then it makes our work much easier. So I am using CorelDRAW X6. I'm going to select the photograph and click on Edit Bitmap. That should run PhotoPAINT X6. And here we are in PhotoPAINT X6. I'm going to maximize that so I don't get confused with CorelDRAW in the background. And then I'm going to tell it to make that, I'm going to make it fit so I'm sure I'm seeing all of the photograph. And I see a lot of area that with which we're not concerned, so I'm going to go to my crop tool and just simplify that a little. We'll double click inside the middle of it, and now I've cropped that down to where it'll be a little easier to work with. We're going to use our masking tools to mask this. So I'm going to go to the mask flyout and select the magic wand tool, and that may be all we need in this one. I'm going to go to my additive mode. Let me show you why first. I'll click just the regular normal mode and click here, but now this part is selected and this part, that which is red, is masked or can't be worked. But if I'm in a normal mode, I just click one area at a time and it jumps around. Well, I want for that to be culminative, so I'm going to go to additive. Then I see an area down here we need to get rid of. Yep. Let's get rid of that one. Let's get rid of that one. And we're pretty close to finished already. Typically, however, what I do is invert that and see if I see any problems. I'm inverting it to that which is selected and that which is protected back and forth to see if I see any problems. And I don't. At that point then I turn off the mask overlay and see, and then I flip that back and forth. Only now do I see. I'm going to zoom up on that just in case you can't see those little blobs here. But now can you see these little specks in here? So typically when I see those, I go to Mask, Mask Outline, Remove Holes. I'm hoping it'll throw those away as soon as I click Remove Holes. And sure enough, it did. Let's zoom back out now. And typically what I would do at this point, let's switch back to our mask overlay. We want everything outside this young couple to be black so that when we invert it going to marble, that it'll be white or not lasered. So we're going to invert that one more time, and then we'll fill this with black. But just before I do that, typically what we do is invert that one more time and then smooth those edges out a little bit. I'm going to zoom in there one more time. Let's say an area maybe like right here where we can get a good look at that. And then we're going to go to Mask, Mask Outline, and we're going to feather that. Maybe about 20 pixels, and we'll watch what happens to the edge there. Did you notice how that fuzzed out or feathered out a little bit? It'll make a little better transition between this and the background. Not completely necessary, but it makes it look a little more professional. So now we'll zoom back out, and then we're going to invert that one more time. And this out here, then we need to paint that black. So I'm checking to see my fill color is black. Go to my paint tool and fill that in black. Then we remove the mask, mask remove or Control R, and that's what we want. So we'll tell it to shut down Corel PhotoPAINT, and it says, after all that work, don't you want to save that back to CorelDRAW? Yes, I do. And here we are back in CorelDRAW with a black background ready to be possibly inverted. Effects, transform, invert, and while it looks awful there, that'll come out looking good on black marble. Project complete.